Hello, thanks for joining me for another video. Not too long ago, we did a full system backup and copied everything from the RC600 LoopStation into a backup folder on my computer desktop. Then we did a firmware update and brought everything in the LoopStation up to current specs, followed by a complete memory and system reset, which put everything back to default settings. Well, now I'm ready to restore everything that I had previously in the LoopStation. From backup, we're going to put it back into the LoopStation and then go and verify that everything is as it was. It's quite easy to do, but there is a few things that you need to understand. It's great to be able to do it, but it's better if you have some insight into what's going on behind the scenes. So let's just get started and we'll bring everything back into the RC from backup. Here we are at the RC600 LoopStation, and as I said earlier, we recently did a full system and memory reset which erased all of the tracks that were in this LoopStation and set all of the configuration settings back to default. Before we proceed, we could scroll through all of these memories just to verify that there isn't anything left in this RC. Just in case you may have worked on it, sometime between the reset and now, and maybe you've put something in and forgotten about it, you could just go through and make sure there isn't anything in here. If there was, you would see the circle pop up here signifying that a track has been saved to any of these memories. And no, there is nothing in this LoopStation. So we're going to go ahead and do a full system and memory backup from, a full system and memory retrieve from backup and put everything back in as it was. My USB cable is already plugged in to the RC. The other end is right here, and I'll be plugging that into the computer momentarily. Before we go anywhere, let's click on Menu, scroll over one, go to the USB sub-menu, and turn on Storage. Now, when I plug the other end into the computer, we will be able to use the RC just like an external drive. Going to Windows Desktop, here is a File Explorer window already open, and if you keep your eyes right here, you'll see something pop up when I plug in the USB cable to the computer. That's happening right now. Windows responded. Sometimes you'll see this autoplay window pop out from the side. Just close that. And what we found is the RC600 icon shows up right here. If I double click on it, there's the Roland folder. And inside of that, the data folder and the wave folder. Well, let's just keep this icon on our desktop for now in the Explorer window. The backup folder that we have from several videos back is right here. RC600 backup, November 10th, 2022. This is the exact same folder if you watched that video. Inside of it is the Roland folder, and of course inside of it the same data folder and wave folder, but this one has all of the files and folders that were in the RC back in November. So we're going to copy this Roland folder over to the RC and replace the Roland folder that is in the RC currently. All you have to do is drag and drop and let it go on the RC600 icon. Click on Copy. That makes sure that the Roland folder goes to the correct place. And now we just have to wait. I'm going to fast forward us to closer to the end of this file transfer. We're coming up on 80% finished, and we should see the window pop up momentarily asking us if you want to replace and overwrite the files that are in the LoopStation. And here it is. Your options are to skip or let you decide per file or replace all the files in the destination. And of course, that's the one that you need to click on. Replace the files in the destination. Reason being, they're files of the same name, folders of the same name, and you can't have as an instance where there are identical folders and files in the exact same location in the computer. Anyway, the file transfer is finished. I can now close that window, and I want to right-click on the RC600 icon. And we're going to go down and click on Eject. That safely sets everything so that I can pull the USB cable out of the computer. And it says here, safe to remove hardware. So let's pull out the USB cable and switch back to the RC600. So now it's disconnecting and it sends me back to a memory location that I was previously at. And if I scroll down a little ways, we'll see that there are some memory locations that have the files that I have now restored. Here they are. There's not that many, maybe 12. And we are finished. We've done a full system and memory retrieval from backup. And that is all there is to it. Well, there we go. It turns out it's very easy to bring everything back from backup and put it back into the RC600. And it was worth doing that because you never know what can happen. If there were files that I didn't back up, they could easily end up getting lost or destroyed or just accidentally erased. So now you've seen how easy it is. Go ahead, back up your system, do the firmware update, clear everything and reset it, and then bring things back from backup, put them back into your RC600. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.